Well, good morning, and thank you, Sir Paul, for that introduction. It's great to start with a backdrop that says Prosperity UK. You can imagine in a role like mine, the week doesn't always start on such a constructive note. But it's great to be here. And as Sir Paul noted, when he launched this commission, the Brady Amendment remains the only vote in Parliament that has secured a majority in relation to the withdrawal agreement. So today's conference is valuable in exploring how we move this issue forward. Specifically, we need to assess what is feasible with technology on the border in Ireland, as distinct from what is negotiable, which will be for the new Prime Minister to determine. Most now accept that technology has a key role to play. Both the UK government and the EU Commission have accepted this, with their joint commitment to explore alternative arrangements. And indeed, the UK government has committed £20 million in order to progress this work. The arrival of a new Prime Minister in 4 weeks' time also provides a catalyst for considering the work of this commission, which is why I think the timing of what Sir Paul and the team have set up is so valuable. And I don't think we should be wasting the 4 weeks between now and the new Prime Minister beginning in office. Today's conference sits alongside work we are also doing in government. We have set up technical and business groups, and it's great to have the expertise of Hans Masson and Dr. Graham Goodin, who are here today, who are part of both the cross-party commission, but also working with government on the technical group itself. What underscores our work in government and here today is our commitment to the Good Friday Agreement. And I know in people like Lord Bew in the room today, we have people that really understand the detail of the Good Friday Agreement. And that commitment will be steadfast regardless of which of the two final contenders becomes Prime Minister. And it's at the core of the Good Friday Agreement that solutions on the island of Ireland have mutual consent. And I think it's particularly welcome as one of the interim findings of the Commission today, the importance that it places on building that mutual consent, reflecting one of the key tenets of the GFA. To succeed moving forward, we will need clarity on trade flows by sector across the island of Ireland, on what technology is available from all parts of the world, to build on the work that government has already done on things such as MaxFac, and to assess some of the specific local circumstances, of course, in terms of security, but also in terms of compliance, given the number of small businesses that straddle the border in Ireland. When Sir Paul launched the Commission in April, he said his intention was, and I quote, to bring people together to find practical solutions. And I'm grateful to him for doing so. He's chosen wisely, for in Nicky Morgan and Greg Hands, he has two exceptionally talented colleagues who command respect across Parliament and also bring considerable senior ministerial experience to the task. It remains the majority view that the best way to deliver on the referendum result is to leave with a deal. Alternative arrangements are at the heart of the parliamentary debate in doing so. And as Sir Paul noted in his article this morning, this requires a combination of the political, the practical, and the technological. But above all, this is not simply about accessing technology or what is feasible on the border in Ireland. I think fundamentally it is about trust. The vote to leave in 2016 was driven by a breakdown of trust in our politics, in big business, in the EU institutions, even, dare I say it, in the media. The solution to the border requires trust. Trust across communities, trust in terms of what the compliance issues will be, trust in terms of how the technology will be deployed, trust in terms of how the negotiation is then taken forward. The Commission, the interim findings, and the ongoing work, I think, has a key role to play in building trust, both in Parliament and in the island of Ireland. And I'm very grateful for your work in setting it up, to Greg, to Nikki, and to the technical experts that are working on it. And I'm very keen that it plays a key role in informing the work that we are also doing in government to ensure that we move forward, secure a deal, and do so in a way that builds on the key tenet of the Good Friday Agreement, which is that solutions must command mutual consent across the communities in Northern Ireland. Thanks very much.